We start off with silver grain, pour it into an ingot, and then roll it, peen it, put it through an oval or quart shaped draw plate, and we get this wire. Obviously we can make this in any size. I can pretty much make this in any size, from fraction of probably 1/2 mil, maybe less, up to probably I don't know what the biggest draw plate in quart is, but it's probably 8 or 10 mil, bigger than the draw bench can probably handle. I've got some really massive antique ones. But yeah, that's what we're going to make today. To Sunday, to school night. I'm still having a beer because I've got one. They keep getting me in the supermarkets. They've got this deal at the minute where you get 3. If you buy 3, it's basically free for almost the price of 2. And obviously I can't keep it till next weekend. It's fresh and it'll go off. So we're going to drink it now. Fresh Estrella, sadly not sponsored. Open to offers. Shout out to Estrella. To be honest, I'm any beer business, any beer, whiskey, wine, you know, whatever. There we go. So yeah, beer and jewelry making. I need to get the YouTube copyright free music on. I think I only made 3 of these in the previous live stream. We need to make about 36 of them. But I also need to make more wire. I think I made that wire in about 2020 or 2021. It's so old, it's tarnished. What size was this ring? This one we made in the previous stream. N. So to start with, I'm gonna make a J and an L, either side of K. So I have this little sheet which tells us the size we need. So for a J, I need 53 mil. Let's get the YouTube tunes on. Still got a cold, man flu really. So if I sound a bit croaky, I am. Right, 53 mil. Yeah, we need to get these back in stock. I think I've got 9 carat yellow and 18 carat yellow still in stock. We didn't actually, obviously, the more expensive things were, well, not expensive, the more they cost, the less we ran out of them. I didn't run out of too much 18 carat gold products, put it that way. Silver got wiped out. New saw blade. Broke that one. There's a bit missing out in the middle of it. Right, let's put an 8.0 in there. Oh, we need more saw blades. So I've just marked this wire, sort of nicked it really with the side cutters, micro side cutters, and it's just enough so that I can see where to cut, but it provides a little keyway for the saw blade so it doesn't escape left or right. I've said this in previous live streams, with this handmade wire, certainly the core profile, but it's still the same with the D shape. With handmade rings like this, there are pros and cons to both the machined ones that are made from tubing and turned on a lathe that you can get from bullion dealers, and these handmade ones that we make in house. And I can't say one's better than the other because we sell both. So I can't completely throw one under the bus in favour of the other. but there are differences. And the machine-made ones, like with these handmade ones, the wire is actually completely oval, and with the court shape, it's completely oval. The edges are oval. With the D shape, they are completely D'd. Like they are oval until they're not. They're flat. They look like a proper D. But whereas the machined ones, the lathes always seem to leave there's always like a flat edge. So the top's curved, the bottom, the inside's curved, but then there's a flat, and it's the same with the D's. The top's curved, the bottom's flat, but then there's two parallel edges. But they're seamless. Hammer. Yeah. So I'm just going to mark this 925 for sterling silver. Because all of these weigh less than 7.7 grams, they don't require compulsory full hallmarking. They still need to comply with they're outside the scope of the hallmarking act because of their weight, but they still need. They're also still subject to trading standards regulations, and they need to be. If you're selling them as, I don't know whether they're outside fully outside. I don't know whether it means they're fully outside the scope of the entire act, but they're certainly out. They don't require marking, or it's optional, I should say. But I'm guessing as part of that Act of Parliament, if you sell something that's silver, it still needs to be silver. Consult legal advice, not me, on Acts of Parliament. But yeah, if we don't mark them, they don't actually have to be marked. If they were less than 7.7 grams, they need no marking whatsoever. The issue with that is there's been this, which is the assay office's doings. There's this thing that everything needs hallmarking, all jewellery needs hallmarking. There are exemptions. In silver, it's quite a glaring, like a massive exemption. 7.7 grams is pretty much anything other than a bangle. But what that's created, which I don't think the assay offices quite fully understand, is because people will go to, reputable brands and the pieces are just marked 925, the public actually accept that as a hallmark. It's not a hallmark. It's just a 925 stamp. But because people buy silver and that's what they see, and they are under the impression that everything needs a hallmark, they put 2 and 2 together and get 5, that 925 mark is a hallmark. It's not. And I tell you what, if you if you import some stuff from China, which I've done, you'll get stuff that ain't silver, and they'll mark it 925 for you if you want. I don't care. You can't sell it here legally. But it exists. Some stuff, quite a few pieces actually, there are some things that are slightly less competitive on the price that we take. In an ideal world, I'm quite pro hallmarking, and I would get everything done. It would probably be, as much as it's almost like a tax, I'm not pro taxing things. It would make life slightly. It would make an even playing. It would be a much more even playing field, I believe, if everything did need it. It's inconvenient though. For small businesses, the smaller the business, the more inconvenient it is. So all big businesses would probably grumble about it, but actually quite welcome it because it reduced their incoming competition from small business. But we do actually on some things, on the slightly more expensive items, that, like the tie clips we do, the money clips, the items that, some of the cufflinks as well. We get it done as an optional. We just get it done because the customers for those products, I think, are prepared to pay it. The additional costs associated with that, where these rings are so competitive, the customers are not. They are quite happy to pay less and accept a 925 stamp over a full hallmark. And I tested that out. I actually had more expensive D shapes that were fully hallmarked and less expensive D shapes that were marked 925. And I mean, the percentage difference is incredible. Like, I might have sold a couple over like the last 15 years of the expensive, whereas we've sold out completely of the other ones. They're not even boxed. I've sold so few of them since I made them. They're in a bag because I needed the box for something else. I think what I've got to do is just bite the bullet and integrate them into the 925 ones and just send them out. Bonus. Get rid of them. I don't know. Maybe at some point we will just do it to everything without, by default. But at the moment, it's unnecessary expense. It's more the time than this. I mean, it takes time. Right, so that. The exemption on gold is 1 gram, so there's most things. Most gold items you're legally required to get them tested and marked. 7.7 grams of silver. Most items certain items we make do not. It's not compulsory. But it might be updated and changed at some point. It is amended periodically. I don't know how those weights were established. If I had to guess, I would guess that was the ratio value-wise at the time of it. The Act of Parliament. It's changed significantly now. That'd be a good guess, I think. Like that. It was 7x, maybe on 9 carat. I don't know. Bit too much solder on that one. Right, what was that size? That was a J. Let's make an L. 55 mil. Some items, actually, I was listing the last few days, something that I made years ago, which was guitar picks. So we've got these sterling silver guitar picks that we make, and the hallmark of those, they don't need, I don't think they're 4 grams. They don't legally require hallmark, and even the biggest ones, but we actually have a feature hallmark stamped in them. So the hallmark is actually, it's not just like an extra, it's a feature, like oversized, like really large, spaced out, oversized, you know, just to, because, you know, if you're gonna have a silver guitar pick, you need everyone to know, and that's how everyone's gonna know. For rock star, I need to make golden ones, like platinum as well. But yeah, I mean, I made them years ago, and I just realised that they weren't actually in the shop. But the main ones were, the standard size guitar picks were in the shop, but I made jazz size ones, and I never listed them. I don't know what happened. I've only got like 30 of the things. At £90 a pop. I just thought I'd stick them in a box. They were even ready to list. I drafted them. They were draft listing in the shop. I don't know what. All I needed was the barcodes. I don't know what I did. Anyway, they're for sale now. I think I made them in year W, and I think we're in Z. Is that like 3 years ago? Are we in year Z? I don't even know what year we're in. Hallmarking years, I'm on about. Right, let's clean this off. Cut 4, half round ring file. Just going to take the surface off this so the solder flows. Which it does not do on handmade wire without taking the surface off. I don't know why, I don't know what the surface is. It's not dirt, oil or grease, but it behaves like it's oily. solder. Whoa. Right, there's a little bit less solder I've been using up till now. Right, for some reason that is on one side of the joint. Heat to move the solder on this. Put it to, so it crosses both sides of the joint, but also put it through to the inside, which is done. But where I've only removed the surface off the joint area, some of it's spread to the bit that I haven't taken the surface off, and again, it's like an oil spill of solder. It's really weird. The joint's fine, but I've got to clean off what appears like an oil spill of solder on it. Right, what was that? An L. O. Next. 58mm. Oh, actually, I'm going to use whatever this is. What is this? It's not 58mm. 51. Maximum 53. It's just off cut the end. The end of it's really, that's where I've had it with drawer tongs. It's one tape and shoot up from the drawer tongs, going through the drawer plate. So what do we need? Less than 53mm, which is the J. Make an I, 51mm. The offcut on this, because it's effectively clean, not contaminated, I know what it is. It's sterling silver, so that won't be scrap. Now we won't need to send that as scrap. We can actually remelt that for the next piece of wire with fresh grain. Try and recycle as much in-house rather than scrapping it and buying it back. Then obviously, like all of the stuff that it ends up, all of the there's some stuff like the filings that hit the bench, they get mixed up with flux and other filings, because I haven't got separate benches for gold and silver and all the other alloys. So some stuff just goes in the scrap pot and has to be, or if it's a solder job gone very wrong, obviously it's mixed up with solder, and yeah, some stuff is just, if it ends up for some reason mixed, you're not entirely sure what it is, it has to go back to the bullion dealers and they refine it, and then we buy it back from them, but obviously you get less. That's how they make their money, the spread between scrap and clean metal. I'm not begrudging them doing that, it's a dirty job. Not one I'd want to do, just while I'm having to pay their spread. It's a highly competitive industry. I wouldn't want to be messing about with all those chemicals myself. Right, we have to run a saw blade through this one. It's a little bit wonky. Through the joint. The joint's a little bit wobbly. Then right, let's clean off the surface. Cut for. I use the flat side of this half round ring on the outside, and then the curved surface on the inside. The ring version of the half round file is just narrower. The profile, the D profile of it, possibly slightly shallower as well. solder does not want to move on it. Hopefully there's enough on the inside. Yeah, it looks okay. Right, let's make another one. Let's go for, let's start making some big ones to use up that wire. Let's go for a Z. So, the end of this wire is split from the drawing process. Again, because I know what that is, I can go in the remelt pot, not the scrap pot. Right, what did I say size Z was? .72 mil. I will go up to Z6 in these. Actually, I'm not going to do that. There's some porosity in this wire, so I'm actually going to stop at the porosity. I'm going to cut out the porosity. I don't know what size this is going to be. What did I cut that to? It's about 57, 58, 58. What's 58 there? Oh, I need one. Actually, I'm not doing it. It's pretty close. Right, start cleaning some of these up. Right, we'll clean the excess soldering off, primarily off the inside, round them off and then clean off the outside, because it provides, the excess solder provides additional strength in the joint while we're working on it. that's supposed to look a J. Is it a J? We're half a size out, but probably because it's not quite round. It's my excuse. Pull the outside up a bit. I'll give you a close up of this. The joint's still going to need a little bit of working on in terms of cleaning up. Still half a size out. Thought maybe I could smack it up half a size, but I can't. So yeah, we're close enough. We can use the rings sizing machine to get that to a J, no problems. Take it slightly over, then drop it back down. I think that was supposed to be a J, maybe. Did I make an I? Round that off. Right, if that was supposed to be a K, it's bang on. And now that one, that's providing it was supposed to be a K. It's exactly the size K. Look at that, right on the line. Well, that'll be a bit wavy. Again, ring sizing machine. We'll sort that out. Right, what is this one? Still a little bit of flux on this one, but it's it's softened, so it will wipe off with a cloth. When you first solder, it's like glass. If you try and size them with that flux on, hard as glass, it marks them. It's almost like a part of the ring, but it's not. So it dents the surface of the metal, and then when you ultimately do clean it off, it falls out and leaves a flux-shaped hole. And right, very close to an end. Slightly under, fraction of the size under, but you know, we're there. Look at that. That will be an M. Right, let's get this one out. This should be clean by now. Last one, get this done. So I've got a little bit of wire. No, I've got quite a bit of wire left. We're making progress. You know, I think if I need about 30 or 36 odd rings, then it's about 10%. I've already made a few, so we're getting there. Making stock and making content. I think this was supposed to be an O. let's round this off and then clean up the outside of that joint. Right, that has got either serious porosity or it started cracking, one or two, so refile it. There's quite a lot of excess solder on it, but I'm still going to add a tiny bit more. But I mean a tiny bit, a tiny bit more. I don't know whether that was porosity in the joint or whether that just started. Well, that was the only one I left, excess solder on the outside of any significant amount of strength in it, so. That's presuming that is the joint and its porosity. Yeah, it is the joint. I think I might have to saw this one open. I think it actually opened up. I was hoping this would be a quick clean up and we'd be done, but I don't think that is. Yeah, no. Just knackered. I'm actually going to cut a section out, not just a. I think, is this that I cut quite close to some porosity, didn't I? I should have cut a little bit further away. I think basically what I might have there is a problematic section of metal. And then I'm trying to turn it into a joint. Right, so I'll run a saw blade through there. tiny little bit of solder. Let's see how this pans out. This might be one of those rings that just goes on forever. Cutting more and more out. Let's hope not. Because we've run out of YouTube music. See if this pans out. Right, all the solder flowed to the inside, but that looks like a really good joint, weirdly enough. Almost like pre-bought wire joint. But until we clean off the surface, I won't really know. Does it? I think it does. There's a little bit of a line there. No, I don't think that does look like a I think that's still problematic. I don't think the solder's flowed in that at all, but I won't know until it's cleaned off. I think that's actually got a hairline crack in it. It's going to need. That hasn't worked, and I know that much. I'll cut more out. You can't really see it until it's properly pickled, but I don't think there's much point in waiting for it to be properly pickled and hoping that that's okay. It's definitely not. There's just something wrong with that section of metal. I'm going to cut a chunk out again. Most of the time with these, I say this every time afterwards, it'd be more cost effective to scrap it. Let's put the metal in there. I say it every time, I still persevere with them. I need to run a saw blade through that. It's not quite close enough fitting. Still not convinced that I've cut enough out. We'll see. Turn the music back on. I was hoping this would be over by now. YouTube copyright free music. Weird and wonderful. Yeah, no, it's getting worse. Right. I'm going to have to clean this off completely, like where I'm trying to do it where it's still covered in flux. I'm not giving up, but I'm giving up for now. I'm going to leave that in the pickle for a while, get the surface cleaned off. I'm probably actually going to satinise the surface inside and out, because where it's now just a mix of flux and solder, I can't clean off the surface tension that comes with handmade wire. So that might have worked, but the solder's just flowing everywhere like an oil slick. So I need to leave that in the pickle for a while to get off all the oxides, and then I'm actually going to satinise it. The solder's going everywhere apart from where I want to, which is what it would do if I hadn't cleaned off the surface, but I don't. Yeah, I'm compounding the problems. I'm not giving up on that thing though. But that, giving up on it for now. There'll be a courtroom size, whatever that was. Oh, part 2. Right, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next live stream. I'll go 69 minutes. See you in the next one, probably tomorrow. Toodles.